Aloha, Anaya, in Brazil.
Aloha, Cindy.
Where in Brazil are you? What city and where are you in Brazil right now?
I am in Brasilia.
Brasilia. What city?
Brasilia is the capital of Brazil.
Oh, okay. It actually is Brasilia. Gotcha.
Brazil is ends with an L. And
Ah,
Brasilia has the Lia. Brasilia.
I love it. Well, I've known Anaya for quite a few years now, and quite an amazing woman. I feel honored to know her really because she's got an amazing history, starting in the spiritual field when she was very young, just like me. And she has a postdoctorate degree in leadership and a PhD in information technology. Now, that information technology isn't a degree that you usually hear about with someone who's a musician, but you have quite a unique international resume. And you traveled around the world, you've performed Brazilian pop music, you work with the University of Brasilia, and you work with the United Nations as an information systems specialist, and you've got a ton of awards. And it's so interesting working with you because I know where you're coming from and I understand it. So if you reach out to me, sometimes it's usually not talking, it's usually a text. And you said, Cindy, can you write some words for this? And you just did that a while ago. And we did a project.
Can you speak slowly?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I speak fast and you're translating it all in your mind. Okay. So when you recently just got this wonderful, we got an Academia Award for the spoken word music piece, which I love spoken word music term. So congratulations to you and to me, right?
Yes, of course.
And I couldn't believe that you made this gorgeous video for Pray for Peace, and it won in 3 categories in Movie Play International Film Festival, and it also won in the Multi-Dimensional Independent Film Festival, which is pretty amazing. So congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to you too. And it seems the English people like very much everything they do.
Well, I think you understood what's so important, which I haven't yet mastered, which is the importance of doing a beautiful video with the music that's created. And I am so impressed. You've gotten dozens of video awards all around the world, haven't you?
Yes, I have a lot of awards, but it's very good for me because like that I can promote much better the music I do.
Yes, and I tell you, it's interesting because there's a whole different world audience that is now understanding this, a little different in each country. You've traveled around the world, and there's different places and different spaces that are more open to this wonderful music now.
Yes, all these kind of videos I do, they are in Asia, Europe, and Canada, and US, and in Brazil.
It's very interesting. So,
The place where I won awards from these music videos.
well, and I have to say, I love the music you create. For me, when I listen to music, I do see the visuals inside when I meditate, but I also do hear words. And so it when you asked me to do one called the latest one we did was the flame, the divine flame, and
Yes, divine.
I looked at the pictures in the video on Anaya, and it was
And you
so.
know how it started, Divine Flame?
Tell me.
I was just after meditation, and then I saw an image in front of me that was an angel with the sword and with the light. And from this image, the music started coming, and then the whole thing.
So that was. It's very golden though. It's a very golden video.
Yes, because we are in a golden age.
Yes. Good point.
The transmutation, the transcendence that is happening now with the solar flashes are giving people the chance to go to the gold part of each being. So that's why everything in gold, because the gold color involves all other colors. That's why the sun that has all colors. So that's the most high frequency is the gold color.
And I believe it's a very healing color as well.
Yes, is the enlightening color.
Yes, it's an enlightened color, absolutely. And I know you're on Spotify with this music, which a lot of people use, of course. But if you want to see all these videos as well, you have a YouTube channel where all of these are playing, and they're very inspiring. And like I said, multi-award winning videos. Is that under Anaya Music, your video channel on YouTube?
Yes, yes. Well, there are a lot of channels with my music, but my own channel, it's Anaya Music Kunst.
Anaya, Anaya, Music, Kunst. And
Yes, that's right.
and I have
there is my picture. The other channels, usually they are done by CD Baby and by YouTube also.
yeah, absolutely amazing. But you've been so prolific lately, Anaya. I mean, you've been going pretty much nonstop. You've created how much in the last few years? How many pieces have you created?
You know, I am very thankful with the pandemic time
Yeah, yeah.
because I learned so much being obliged to be with myself. Now it's a pleasure to be with myself.
Yes.
And I kept busy in 2020 that we are obliged to stay at home, it's quarantine and all that. I did 10 albums.
You did 10? Oh my gosh, you were just
Yes,
going nonstop.
In 1 year, I did 10 albums. And two were a kind of participation and an online performance. And then 8
I'm amazed.
albums and video for all those albums.
So
it was such a production.
well, I was asking you the other day because I even though I've had a video production background, it was years ago and things have changed. So you have someone you work with, and I was asking how you are able to turn out so many videos. Number one, it can take a long time for most people, and it can be very expensive for a lot of people.
It usually take 2 to 3 months, not more than that.
So you had a clue that I think might help aspiring people who want to do videos, and I think you found this out after a bit of trying, and I realized when you were explaining it is that videographers do not like to have to make a lot of changes because, especially with music, because you change the timeline and then your music synced up and everything doesn't always work the same with the visuals. So you found an important key, I think, that would be good for people to know about, and that was writing a script, right?
Well, I developed recently my ability of writing script. I didn't know that before. But even before I started doing the movies, I studied how to make a film for 3 years. I studied online how to make a film. And then I started little by little, and I built quite a lot. And the main thing is that you have to have a very creative imagination, very, very creative. And you have to be in synchrony with the teamwork that is with you. Otherwise, nothing works.
Yes,
you have to have people that have common interests and also spiritual connection.
Yes.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
That's very, very true. Absolutely. And once you have the vision, then you've now created your own style. Well, George Kamoko just made it in the studio with a whole bunch of but
yes.
you have your own style, which people now come to expect when they watch your channel. They know what they're going to see. There's going to be some beautiful images that are very, very inspiring, and also some wonderful music, and sometimes even the words. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to be playing here a couple of the songs. I'm going to play Pray for Peace.
Yes,
When the forces of darkness are battling, the light and the higher way. then it's time to call upon the power of love that is a choice for us to use each day. For love is the only solution, and with it forgiveness can be. For love is the true resolution that will finally set us free. Friend of the one of great spirit, brothers and sisters of light, the time has come to pray for peace. We need to work together to set the world right. Pray for peace, for the world is so weary, and there is far too much hatred at work here. Pray for peace, beloveds. It's the only solution to bring to the end the killing and fear. Pray for peace from that place inside you and ask for goodwill to come. With everyone's cooperation, there has to be some understanding so that peace and its work will be found. When there are those who hold that power, who wish to do great harm, we have to realize only death and destruction comes from those who wish to fight with arms. War is not the answer. It has never been, and it will never be. We need to find a way to end the conflict. We need to pray for peace. May a little more love come into all hearts. May a little more understanding be found. May goodwill be our tool and our intention so we can find a way for love's higher ground. Pray for peace, brothers and sisters, for in truth we are all one. And when we find that peace within, we can share it with love till our work is done. Pray for peace, my brothers and sisters, for in truth we are all one. Let us find that place of peace within, and let us share it with our love.
Straight from the computer. Okay, send me the link, George link, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Aloha.